See, vision inspires us. Without vision, you're just kind of wondering. Then you wake up one day and you look in the mirror and you go, man, is this all life has to offer? See, I know this very well, guys, because that's my story. I wasn't always this guy that traveled the nation speaking to people. I was a guy out there like a lot of people trying to just figure it out. I remember almost 15 years ago, I was sitting in Glendale, California in a bar called In Cahoots. Yeah, they have a bar called In Cahoots in California. That's kind of funny. And I was sitting there with a beer in my hand, and I was wondering why I was allowed to breathe air because I was so miserable. But see, people on the outside didn't know that because we're really good at faking it, aren't we? We're really good at wearing the mask and acting like everything's okay. But I was laughing on the outside, and I was dying on the inside because I had no vision, I had no hope, I had no passion. And I finally said, enough is enough. I became sick and tired of being sick and tired. I said, something has to change. And I made a choice. And that's what it boils down to, folks, is your choices affect your chances in life. It's that simple. I guarantee you, after 4 years of being married to this wonderful woman and her 4 kids, those kids can recite that one line in their sleep because they've heard it over and over and over again. Your choices affect your chances in life. It boils down to that. It's that simple. Now, for some of us, we understand yesterday's choices have become today's realities, and sometimes yesterday's choices weren't necessarily all that great. But the good news I have for you today is today's choices become tomorrow's realities. And you guys get this. I mean, you understand it. You know how it works. I mean, look at you. You're here. You made a choice to get up and come to work this morning because come to work, keep my job. Keep my job, air conditioning stays on. And as hot as it's been, we want all that going on, right? Our choices affecting our chances. We must have a vision for our lives so that we can have a vision for our kids. If we don't have a vision for our lives, how in the world will they ever be able to look at us and say, I can do it too? You must dream big. See, it's not enough just to dream. You must dream big. Don't just dream. It's not worth the time or the effort or the courage it takes unless you dream big. You got to dream big, folks. The average person will influence 10,000 people in their lifetimes. The average person. But there's not an average person in this room, and let me tell you how I know that, because you chose to work with children. You're all above average, so how many people will you potentially influence in your lifetime? It's going to be way more than 10,000 because you need to understand something. The students that you teach, it's not just about their life, it's about the generations of people they represent. You're making more of a difference, more of an impact. You have more influence than what you realize, but you must dream big. To connect with students nowadays, you need to understand there's 3 levels of connection. There's available, involved, or invested. And kids today, they're pretty street smart. They can tell within about 5 minutes which one of those 3 you are. You can be available. You can come in and just punch the clock and go through the motions. Here's your assignment. Here's your homework. They know pretty fast who that is. Or you can be involved. You can give them some of your time, and then some days you just don't feel like it. And then other days, well, maybe a little more. And then, that's that involvement level. Or you can be invested. And trust me, the kids know when you're invested. And I know a lot of you are invested in the lives of your students because when I asked the question, how many have been contacted by former students, there were a lot of hands that went up. Those are teachers who invest in the lives of the kids they teach. What are you going to be this year? You're going to be available, involved, or invested? Got to dream big. Got to get a vision for this thing.